My name is Kevin Ray, and you're listening to Truckers and Others. Welcome to Tuesday. We're having a good time on our way to Des Moines, Iowa. Gonna pick up a load of totes, bring them back, dump them off at the landfill in the pit, by my own strength, okay? Because I'm gonna have to use a pallet jack. You know, pallet jack does make it a little easier, but it's some rough work. Definitely gives you a little notification on your Fitbit telling you you've been working. Your heart rate gets up there, and you get a little sweaty, but you get it done, and then you get to go home after that. So I'm pretty. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to lunch more than anything right now. I didn't eat a whole lot last night, but I am kind of hungry right now. I already knew that there was going to be, even though I tried to set everything up as perfect as can be. I tried to get it. I worked out all the kinks. You remember? I worked out all the kinks that last job. I got all the kinks done, worked out. Everything's going to be fine for Lady Trucker to do the job that I was doing yesterday, smart warehousing. First thing in the morning, I got up, took a shit, drank some coffee, packed my lunch, cut my own bread, which, here's the deal on my bread situation. I know you guys have been wondering, how's your bread been? People ask me all the time, they're like, hey, man, when you make sandwiches, what kind of bread do you use? People ask me. Well, I'll tell you right now, Vienna, is it the best? I don't know. It's just, I told the wife on the last grocery order, I said, hey, can you get me some not shit bread? The other bread, you eat it, and just like the old JRE says, it just turns into goo as you're eating it. I was like, give me some real bread. And I just saw a video, because probably since I've been thinking about bread so much and probably talked about bread a lot, as I got like the Facebook open and stuff, there was a video of bread that came out. And they're like, where's your bread from? And they went through all the bread brands at some store, and they're all owned by big corporations. Even the ones you think you're like, oh, that one's good. That one's good. There ain't no big corporation owning that bread. That's just a mom and pop bread shop. They make the good bread and they bag it up, and it makes you feel safe at home. No, none of it is. All the bread from major brands is fucking bullshit. Now the bread that I get, it probably is also, but it's the Hy-Vee brand, because we got Hy-Vees near us. It's Hy-Vee brand sliced Vienna. That's what I clicked on to order. I said, give me some sliced Vienna, because it comes in, like an Aladdin style loaf of bread. That's what I'm going to call Aladdin style. It ain't a fucking big square loaf, easy for slicing and maximizing slices. It looks like a giant croissant or some shit. I got somebody trying to race me right now. I'm in a semi, and you're in a fucking Prius with a car dolly and another Prius. And they are just using up all the juice, trying to catch up to me. I don't know what the fuck is going on back there. And I got me another Toyota Tacoma coming up on my left. I'm going to go ahead and block them out right now. I'm going around another semi. Anyways, yeah, people ask me, they're all the time. They're like, "Hey, we know that you're the bread expert. What kind of bread do you use?" I use sliced Vienna. But guess what? I'm not a bread expert at all. But I do eat sandwiches quite often. And so I got this sliced Vienna. One time I got it, it was just it was a brand style bread in a bag with a big picture on it. But then I switched over to get a little bit cheaper bread. I got just a loaf of Vienna. It says sliced in the fucking description. I got it and then it wasn't sliced. I said, "Good thing I have a bread knife. Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this?" And then my wife, she read the description. She said, "Yes, you ordered sliced Vienna, but in parentheses down at the bottom in the fine print, it says may not come sliced." Like, how the fuck can you call it sliced Vienna if it ain't been fucking sliced? You know? I just don't understand. So I've been slicing my own bread. I've been feeling really farmhousey lately. Slicing my own bread. I cooked an egg the other day. It felt like a settler. So I don't even know where I was going with all that. I know I got sliced Vienna bread, and I got to slice it myself. So all the slices ain't even. They ain't even. That's what I'm trying to say. They're not all even. Uh, but I got my bread. I got my real Hellman's mayonnaise. There's probably some better stuff out there. I'm sure there is, but it comes in a nice squeeze tube. I like the tube. I'm paying for the tube. Okay, I'm not carrying around a fucking butter knife with me or a spoon to spoon out some mayonnaise onto my bread. I just give me the squirt bottle. I'll use it. It'll work out. Uh, so yeah, I'm looking forward to lunch. Woke up this morning. That's where I was. I woke up this morning. I sliced my own bread. I drank some coffee. Had a good time. Uh, Moseyed my way out. My son woke up. I was loud as fuck because that's how I am in the morning. Sorry. I wish I could change. I'm just loud as fuck in the morning. I like people knowing that I'm awake. I like to make some noise and bang around some shit. Turn on the blender with some ice in it just to let people know that daddy's up, daddy's gonna go make some money. That's what he's doing. So, anyways, my son got woken up right as I'm walking out the door. Uh, Gave him a big hug, my buddy. I love him so much. He's excited to play Fortnite tonight. I played with him. I said, "I'll give you 3 rounds tomorrow or tonight." That was last night. I said 3 rounds, and then you got to go to bed, okay, buddy? And so we sat around. And we played Fortnite, the real Fortnite. We've been playing the Lego Fortnite, which I don't know which one I prefer. I really don't like either. But my son likes it so much, so I try to sit down and play with him. His eyes light up so big. He gets so excited to play a game with his dad, which is super cool. I enjoy it a lot. Uh, I'm not good at it. He thinks I'm really good. I'm not. I try to tell him I don't know how to play this, but he's like, "No, you do. You do. Your dad. You know how to do it all." I'm like, "I appreciate that," but then I get killed, real quick, and we're doing team sport, so I get killed, and then he gets killed, and then the game over or something. I don't even know. I don't know. But that's how yesterday went for 3 rounds. I finally find a fucking gun. I figure out what button to do to pick it up, and then I get it, and then somebody comes over and shoots me. I did drive a fucking G wagon in the game. That was kind of cool. Drove around in the fucking dumbass G wagon. I don't like G wagons, by the way, but I do like driving. And if all you got is a G wagon, by golly, I'm gonna drive it. So, played that game last night and woke up this morning and he had to come catch me before I ran out the door. Daddy, are we gonna play Fortnite tonight? I said, for sure, buddy. For sure. Then I hit the road and I get to work. You know, I wasn't the first one there, but I wasn't the second one either. Know what I mean? And get my truck. I hate when people fuck with my shit. So I try to leave all my shit as good and as accessible as possible. So if it's fucked up, it's okay. What I'm trying to get at is this truck and this trailer, the PTO blew up in this truck. So that's why this truck is being used to haul the dry van that doesn't need any PTO, none of that shit. And when I dropped the trailer, I got to the shop whenever I was done using this truck and trailer combo, and I dropped the trailer and I pulled the truck out from underneath it. So if anybody, and it's also courteous. It's kind of courteous. I know, all right, if I have to hook it back up, if nobody uses it and I got to hook it back up, hey, they're right there. But if somebody else needs to come use this truck, I want it to be clean and accessible for anybody to use it whenever they want. So they don't have to drop my trailer legs not low enough. They pull out from underneath it, then the trailer is too fucking low for me to pull underneath. I'm going to go ahead and get everything unhooked properly and the way I like it, get all the hoses hooked back, hung up on the back of the cab, and make sure everything's good to go. Luckily, nobody touched my shit. I was able to I just backed right back under the trailer this morning, got everything hooked up, uh, got all my shit loaded up, kicked all the fucking tires, all 18 of them, and then I hit the road. And it started having a good day. I did see the lady trucker coming in to do her job that was my job. You know what I mean? And just like clockwork, she called me about 15 minutes later. Now, the night before, when I got her, I left everything for her ready to go. I sent her a picture of exactly where the paperwork was. I left the manifest that she needed to be using right there on the dash underneath a bottle of water. You can't fucking miss it. It's right fucking there. Cleaned all the trash out of the truck. I left a nice, half a case of water in there because I know she likes to drink some water. I called her. I told her bring a step stool because old creaky leg lady trucker don't like climbing in the back of the trailers. Said bring me a stool. You're gonna need that. This is where you're going. I sent her an exact pin drop on where to go. I said the back door is locked. Everybody's got the key. So that's that lock. The key works for it. Uh, and I covered all the fucking bases. And then whenever I was turning the key in last night, because we have a big pegboard with all the keys, and well, this is a rental truck, so it doesn't really have a peg. I put it on the excavator to make sure you can tell the difference between a truck key and an excavator key. I'm going to put it on the excavator hole. And then I immediately sent her a text and I said, hey, when you're looking for the key in the morning, it's on the big I have the text message. Let me just pull up the text message real quick. The key is on the big excavator hook. So, I mean, I don't know where the miscommunication came in. She called me in a panic. Where in the fuck is the key? I said, it's on the big excavator hook. She said, where the fuck is that? I said, it's the key hook that's got the big excavator fucking words on top of it. Right there. There's only one fucking hook with the fucking big excavator. She said, this key don't look right. Yes, because that's the excavator key. There is also, I checked it this morning. You know, this morning when I grabbed the key to this truck, I made sure the fucking key was still on the excavator hook. Everything was good. Everything was fine. Lordy, lordy. She had all kinds of, I said, it doesn't say Kenworth on the fucking key. Yeah. Do we have a Kenworth excavator? No. It's the truck. Well, the key tag doesn't even match anything. I'm like, I know, it's a rental, you fucking dummy. I got a little angry there. I said, it's a rental. It's that is the rental truck number on the key tag. It's a Kenworth key. It's the fuck. That's the. I told you where the fucking key was, and that's where the key was. But you just want to fucking blah blah blah. Fucking oh Jesus Christ, man. But then she was golden, good to go after that. She hit the road, had a good time for about 5 minutes. Then she called me back. As I was talking to the boss, so I ignored her for a little bit. The boss just wanted to. He's like, I hadn't. This is a different boss. He's like, I hadn't talked to you in a while. I just figured I wanted to see how you were doing, what you got going on, who's doing what now. And I'm like, you tell us what to do. So we're doing what you told us to do. And it freaks me out when he does that. He knows it freaks me out because I'm like, hold on, am I supposed to be doing what I'm doing today? Like, I checked my fucking schedule last night. Did it change? He's like, why are you going up to Des Moines? I'm like, because it's on my schedule. Is that not right? It's like, no, I think it is right. I'm like, okay, well, Jesus Christ, you're freaking me out, man. Do I need to do a U-turn? Did I take somebody's, what the fuck's going on? And she called me during the middle of that conversation, so I just ignored it, and then I called her back whenever we got off the phone, and she's like, where's the place at? I said, what? She said, what? Where am I taking this? Like, you look at the fucking manifest. I mean, I told you it goes to the old JCL is what I call it for short. Goes to JCL. What are you talking about? She's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, it says on the paperwork. The reason we have the paperwork is so anybody can get in this truck, look at the paperwork, and see that this truck has been loaded, and this is where the shit came from, and this is where the shit's going. You know, I'm just blinking. She can hear me blinking. She can hear my fucking eyelashes scraping up against each other like a cricket. She's like, okay. She's like, where am I picking the shit up at? I'm like, do you remember whenever we talked yesterday? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, did you not? You responded to my text messages. So you have the pin drop of the location of where to go. She's like, okay. Like, what are we on the phone for? Like, I've got shit going on right now. She was just so confused. She got me all confused. I'm wondering, you know, did I talk to her yesterday? Did I just dream about that? I think she's good. She's going to call me a few more times today. I already know. But I think we're good to go now. Um, so, yep, just been hitting the road. Had a really good time so far. No traffic troubles. I went by the southbound Missouri scale. I didn't see anybody home. I went by the northbound Iowa scale. Did I say southbound Missouri scale? Yeah, well, anyways, that's what I meant to say, whether I said it or not. I meant to say the southbound Missouri scale. Ain't nobody was home. Usually that means nobody's going to be there whenever I'm headed south. So, and then I get into Iowa, I pass the northern Iowa scale, right at the southern part of Iowa. And there was a guy home, but he had his light set to closed. So just drove by him, waved, and now I got what do I got? What do I got left here? 48 minutes, and I'll be in Des Moines. I'll be eating a sandwich, brand new mayo, brand new pickles, roast beef and ham with some American sliced cheese on sliced Vienna. The Vienna was not sliced. Uh, I sliced it, farmhouse. And also, what else has been going on? I ordered some shit off of Amazon. I didn't have to order it off Amazon. I could have taken my fat ass right on over to the fucking hardware store and found it. Probably had to talk to two people to find the right aisle to find the shit. But they're light sockets. You screw it into where a light bulb would go, and it's got electrical outlets on it, and then you can screw a light bulb into that. So, and I got these big fluorescent lights. I installed them during the garage, the big 2024 garage cleanup. I installed these big fluorescent lights up there, and I just had them plugged in to right next to where the garage door openers plug in. So if you wanted to turn them on, you had to turn on the garage lights, and then you had to walk over and then pull the cord to get those lights on, just to improve visibility in the garage. So instead of doing that, I ordered this fucking outlet deal, and I plugged one of them in. My car was parked in front of the garage, and my wife's car was in the garage, so I was not able to get up there and get one of them done. But here pretty soon, I feel like her car will be out of the garage, and I'll be able to take care of it. But I got it to where you turn the light switch on. Guess what? All these fucking lights turn on. It's so nice. It looks fucking awesome, and I'm also excited to get the rest of the garage cleaned up. It is so fucking close to being what I envisioned. Uh, I got my truck is loaded up. I usually set shit out on the curb, and before I can blink 75 times, it's fucking gone. Not this time. I set this shit out there Saturday, Sunday, one of them days. Set out 3 shelves. They're metal. There's 2 metal shelves and then a PVC shelf. I set out my going away present from my Florida boy buddy. Uh, he said, "I got a surprise for you." Uh, said, "Come on over to the house. I got some stuff that I wanted to give you before I moved to Florida." This was a few months, half a year back. Said, "I got some stuff I want to give you. It's not much, so don't get too excited." Maybe he said that. I'm gonna say he said that. If he didn't say that, he should have said that. Because I get over there and he said, "I'm giving you this trash can, man." I'm like, huh? You're giving me what? He said, "This is a good trash can. It's got wheels. It's got a lid. Uh, I don't want to take it to Florida with me, so who I thought of was you, Kevin Ray. I thought of you. So bring your pickup truck because I got this trash can I'm going to give you. It probably won't fit in your wife's car, not with the kids and the wife and you know, He called us Husky. Not, he did. Okay. Then my best, that was my best friend. Okay. Well, he's still my friend. I can't call him my best friend anymore because he's in Florida. He moved the fuck away. He moved away. Whatever, that's fine. Uh, we still talk every now and again, but and I don't know. To be honest, maybe I'm just upset that he gifted me a trash can, but I don't know if he's ever been the best of a friend that a friend could be. Uh, and there was signs along the route to tell me about it. But anyways, what I'm getting at is he gave me this fucking trash can. What the fuck, dude? He gave me some other stuff. Nothing too crazy. He did the one thing he did give me that I do appreciate. Not that I needed. I thought about maybe getting one day, but I wasn't really. He just didn't want to bring it with him. He wanted to buy a new one because this one is a little fucked up. But he gave me a pellet smoker. It's a little fucked up. It's off brand. I mean, it works good. I turned bacon into goo with it, so I have that going for me. But uh, so I did get something nice out of the deal. I wanted his fucking truck. I knew he was giving his truck away. He had talked about giving his truck away. I he, I was the guy saying, "Hey man, let's go to your dad's house and work on your truck." All the time. Not all the time, but a few times I said, "Dude, I'm excited about your truck. Let's go fuck it." And it was two trucks actually, because it was a donor truck and then his truck that he got from his dad. And for some reason he hates his dad. He said, "I will never give it to my dad." And I said, "You know what? Since we both are on the same page of us being best friends, okay." And then he invited me to his dad's house. And I said, "Oh, this is gonna be fucking good. Let's go look at the truck, dude." As soon as I get there, I'm like, "Let's go look at the truck and check it out." We go over there and we look at it, and then his cousin comes walking into the barn, and it's a 60 67 Chevy 1 ton. It was a dually, and they just took the dually spacers and shit off of there, but it was a regular cab dually, long bed with a 350 in it. It needed a lot of work. He had the donor cab, he had the donor bed, he had a donor frame if the frame was needed to be replaced, and the engine. That's what I was excited about coming down there and helping him with when he lived here and he wasn't moving away, was going down there and getting the motor swapped over. So I was like, "Dude, you need to get this fucking truck going. It'd be so fucking cool. I'd be so excited." His cousin walks into the barn and he immediately reaches in, grabs the keys out of the ignition, and hands it to his cousin, and says, "This is yours now." Right in front of me, right before we could even talk about it. And his cousin's like, "What? I don't really. I mean, I'll take it if you don't, but I don't really need. What am I gonna do with it?" And he's like, "I want you to have it. You're gonna fix it up and make it nice." And I'm just standing there with my jaw open all the way. I'm like, uh, uh, I can't even say words. They're both looking at me. They're like, "Are you okay? Or are you making some weird noises right now?" And I'm just like, "What the? All right." No, I mean, hey, listen, it's not my property. I don't get any say on what he does with any of his shit. It's okay, whatever. They went back up to his dad's house. They pulled the title out. He signed it over, gave him the title, and he said, "There you go." And he's like, his cousin's like, "Yeah, cool. I mean, I think I'm gonna turn it into a mud truck. I think I'll turn it into a mud truck one day." And then we're sitting all around, you know, because we're having a going away party, is what it was. And his dad and his grandma and uh, all of his cousins and everybody was just kind of hanging out, uncles and aunts and stuff. We're all just sitting around, just hanging out. And his dad looks over at both of us because we're sitting there eating together. And he's like, "Why the fuck did you give that truck to that goddamn idiot over there? You know he's just going to have it torn up in a couple of weeks." And I speak loud because his dad speaks loud. He's like, "Well, you know, I just didn't want it to." I think his dad is a little upset he didn't give it back to his dad because his dad loved that truck. That's why his dad has kept it around for as long as he has. And then his dad felt, you know, like it was awesome to be passing off his truck to his son. And then his son gets it. And then even his best friend, like, because his dad considers me his son also because we were together all the time. I lived with his dad for a while. And he's like, "You would have been way better off giving that shit to Kevin, you fucking dumbass." And I can see why he doesn't like his dad a little bit. But, uh, you know, and I'm just sitting there like, yep. And even his cousin's like, "Yeah, I mean, he would have been a better candidate to keep the truck. You know, he likes them old fucking rusty pieces of shit anyways." And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, I feel like I got the whole jury on my side, but the judge is sitting here and he's saying, "Nope." And the judge is my Florida boy buddy. Uh, so I just kind of didn't say shit. I felt like everybody was on the right page and left. And then he left. He took off. He went to Florida, and then he called me one of them nights. And he's like, "Man, I probably should have given that truck to you." Like, oh yeah, that probably would have been a cool idea. I mean, I've been looking for not exactly a 67. I'm not. I mean, I do like the body style and all, but I mean, I'm an early 70s boy. You know, 73 to 79 is what I enjoy in the headlight style of my Chevy truck. But you know, yeah, I've been always on fucking Craigslist and shit looking at these fucking overpriced rusty pieces of shit. You know that I'm broke as fuck and I could never afford one. Uh, Maybe I'll get there one day. Said, "Yeah, I should have given it to you." I'm like, you know, and then that's when I did. I had to talk with him. I said, "Yeah, that would have been uh, the best day of my life, probably. Would have trumped my child's both of my child's birth, my getting married, not dying in a car wreck. I would have been. I'd have looked back and said, 'What's the happiest day of your life?' And I'd be like, when my best friend gave me that fucking truck." Because you know what seriously, what I would do with it, I would have fun with it myself, but I know that he loved that truck too. I would have fixed it up. I'd have got it running good. I'd have cleaned it up. I'd have done the cab swap most likely. I'd have been going up to his dad's house all the time to work on it and look at it and hang out and kind of be sending him updates every single time that I fucking touch that truck. I'd send him an update. Sorry about the burp. "Look at the progress I'm making on your truck." And he'd be like, "It's not my truck, it's your truck." And I'm like, "I know, but guess what? Whenever I'm done with it, and you know, I'm not going to get this chance to do this, but whenever I got done with it, this is the plan that I had, was to get it fixed up, running, driving, maybe even painted, cleaned up, you know, restored for my good old buddy that was so kind enough to give me this truck. And then I was going to take it to him and be like, "You can have it. You gave it to me. I'm giving it back to you, buddy." That's what I promise. It sounds. I know I'm talking out of my ass right now, but I promise you, I would have done something. I would have been so fucking happy to have gotten that and gotten the chance to work on an old fucking relic and make it super nice, and then probably, most likely, give it back to him. If not, drive it down to Florida, and maybe we could have worked out a deal where he gives me a little bit of money that I put into the truck, and then he could have had it back. And it would have been in Florida, running, driving, happy, good, everybody's good, you know, fucking Hallmark Channel movie, here we come. He's like, you don't have the room for it. What? That was his whole excuse was, you don't have the room for it. I'm like, and I said, buddy, I have a whole backyard. Well, I didn't, you shouldn't park it on the grass. Like, it's in a barn, you dickhead. It's in a fucking barn right now, you dumbass. Like, it's not, I mean, yeah, it's covered up or whatever, but seriously, you want to preserve the truck, so you give it to your cousin. He has I mean, I like his cousin. He's a good guy. I'm not really knocking on him, but he even agreed it would be a better fit for me to have it, but it was his wishes for him to have it. He's I don't know. I haven't even inquired about that truck ever since. But it has bothered me, and I just see where we're at. I see where I land on his totem pole. He ain't got the room. I own a house with a backyard, and if I had that truck, it would. I mean, I would have probably left it at his dad's house and worked on it until it's running and driving and it's good to go, and then it would have been parked in my driveway. And realistically, if I had that, I probably would have gotten rid of the 92 to put some of the money from the 92 into that truck and make it, running, driving, good to go. But whatever, man. That's just, it wasn't in my stack of cards. I am a little upset about it, but it's okay. It's just a truck. I'm going to get one day. I hope. I'm still on project Get a Square Body, uh, Operation Get a Square Body. I'm still on that. I will get one. It's going to take some time and some fighting with the people I live with. One person I live with, my wife, but we will get it. Everything will be fine. Everything is going to get done the way it's supposed to be done. I hope. Anyways, that's a little rant I had on that, and whatever. Uh, Anyways, back to the instead of getting a truck, I got the fucking trash can. That is now loaded up in the bed of my truck because I had it on the curb for somebody to take for free. I don't know why he thought I needed a trash can, but I don't. I don't need it at all. Um, so it is currently with 3 shelves, trash can, some other totes of some random shit is in the back of my truck. I'm ready to take another load to work to throw away. It's all usable shit. This is actually, instead of my load of straight up trash, this shit's actually usable, but nobody wanted it off my curb. So I got all that shit loaded up. I have a feeling that load may get a little heavier because I need to go through all my tools and get everything organized. And I don't know. There's some shit that I have. Some old cordless drills. They're Black and Decker, I think. I don't know why I have them, but I got some old shitty power drills. I got some other random fucking shit all over the place, and I really what I'm trying to go minimalist right now. So cleaning up the garage, I'm going through every little fucking thing, cleaning out every fucking box, trying to get my fucking garage to a minimalist so I can fill it back up with fucking shit whenever I find it on the side of the road. I did get some shit moved out to the shed out back, made up a lot more room. Um, and then I've got some more shelving that I'm probably going to get rid of. It's not bad shelving. It's really good, sturdy fucking shelving, but I don't have. There's not really. It's not. It doesn't fall in the cards in my garage. I want the entire garage floor to basically be open, and right now I got them shelves right in the middle of the other side of the garage, adjacent to my wife's car. So well, I want that opened up. I do have this project that I've been thinking about for a while. It's not going to work out. I already know it's not going to happen. But oh, DOT is out and they are on the prowl. I got a tiller I inherited from my wife's grandpa. It's an old fucking Briggs and Stratton engine. I think it's a V twin. It's old, but it's fucking stout as fuck. It's a tiller, a powered tiller, so it's got the axle, it's got the little tractor tires, it's got the fucking tiller blades and shit. It's got key start. It has not ran. I've never seen it run. I've never tried to get it to run. It is free. I pulled the cord on it. But I got that sitting in my shed right now, and I'm thinking once I get my garage kind of cleaned up and good to go, I might have an idea for a very slow go kart with this V twin tractor tire powered deal. And I don't want a fast go kart. This is going to be basically for my son, but I want to build a two-seater. So it would be really cool to have a two-seater. Me and my son and my daughter can hop on this really slow go kart because it's a tiller. It's not going to go fast. With whatever, I don't know. I haven't even looked at it really all that well, but I want to get it a two-seater go kart made up from this tiller. Use the axle. I don't know how any of this is going to work, but I'm going to try it out. Maybe. I probably won't go anywhere with it. I'll probably tear it apart in my garage, and then parts are going to be everywhere. But a slow go kart just to throw the kids on. We can creep around the backyard, but being slow, but also torquey as fuck. So it should have no problem driving around in my backyard up hills with me and my son and possibly my daughter all on the same go-kart at the same time. And then whenever he is comfortable enough with it, he can take it out by himself in the backyard and drive around, you know. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'll probably use the tractor tires if I don't know. But one of my deals is you don't want too much traction because that will fuck your shit up. Because if he runs into the fence or whatever and it's got all that torque and traction, it will not just knock the fucking fence down. You know, I want it to have a little slip to it. That's kind of like the fucking four-wheeler I gave to my best friend, Luke. He's my best friend. I gave him a quad, which was funny because the Florida boy buddy gave that to me a long fucking time ago. He totally forgot he even gave it to me. He doesn't know anything about it, but I gave it away to my best friend because he has some kids, but he's got some actual land, and he's been thinking about getting a quad. I thought about selling it to him, but I would much rather see somebody take that, get it running good and driving, and then send me a video of him and his kids riding it. That would be so cool. But it's got, the tires are bald as fuck. They are straight up bald fucking tires on that. And I tried to tell him, like, that's a good idea. You don't want, and if anything, get some turf tires for it. You don't want to tear up the grass. You're not going a crazy trail off roading. You're not going mudding. You're not doing any of that. And maybe you are, and if you are, go for it. Do whatever you want with it. But what I think is, if you get them tires to hold air, leave them slicks on there, because you can drift around in the yard and you're not going to tear up the grass. And if it gets away from the kids or whatever, it's super, you know it's not going to be very, it doesn't have any traction. It's got enough to make you go, but it ain't got enough. If they put it in first or second or third even on accident, and they just punch it, it'll just sit there and do a burnout. It won't just take off on them, in the grass. And I also, cleaning up the garage, I got a hold of a bunch of my old BB guns. My son caught a glimpse of them. He's pretty excited about it. I told him we're going to take him out in the backyard one of these days, and I'm going to let him shoot a couple of BBs into my. I don't think it's going to tear it up much, but I have a target for arrows, and I don't think shooting BBs into that target is going to be much of an issue. It's not tearing it up anyway. I mean, it's old, so it's only as good as, it's an old target. Shooting arrows into it is takes its own toll on it. I think BBs isn't going to bother it that much. A BB is smaller than an arrow tip anyways. So told him we're going to take that out, and I can set up some paper targets on there, and he can shoot at this. I have a big hill in my backyard, so as long as you're shooting straight back into the backyard, maybe even from the deck, there's no BBs, and there's nobody that lives in those woods behind my house anyways. It's somebody's property. You don't want somebody to be walking through their property and get hit by a BB from a 4-year-old. I'd be like, we gotta get inside, buddy, because I know I've shot a lot of windows out when I was a kid. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. He loves guns and stuff. It was so funny though, because I was moving my gun safe, because I had all the BB guns kind of set up next to the gun safe whenever I was cleaning the garage shoes out there. And he's like, "What's in there?" I'm like, "Those are the real guns." He's like, "The real guns?" I'm like, "Yeah." It's like, "Why do you need a real gun, Dad?" I'm like, "Who the fuck you been talking to?" He's like, "Well, why do you need a real gun?" I'm like, because, buddy, you need. You're allowed to. You're allowed to have real guns, and it's fun to shoot them. He's like, "But why do you need them?" Like, well, first off, these are inherited, okay? Now, they're inherited from your great granddad. One day they will be yours. But for right now, they're mine. Just hanging out with. I don't even mess with them, buddy. He's like, "But why do we need them?" He's like, "There's no bad people in our neighborhood." I'm like, "Not right now. Nope, there aren't." And even if there were, like, I've tried to. None of these are for self-defense. Uh, Even if I classified them as self-defense weapons, no, I'm not using them. I'm not carrying them around. I'm not leaving them loaded. They're locked away in a gun safe. They are just basically novelty items that I got. If I want to go out shooting and have a good time, I've got a couple of weapons in there. And but then I showed him the BB guns. I said, "These are BB guns. We can shoot these in the backyard." And his eyes lit up. I'm like, "But we don't need them." Just like we don't need any of your fucking toys either, buddy. We don't need Fortnite. So, but I like Fortnite. I'm like, exactly the reason I have these guns. I like them. Okay, leave me alone, buddy. What are you're over here grilling me like fucking Nancy Pelosi or some shit. What are you doing? Who you been talking to at school? We're in it's considered a rural county, I believe. There are definitely some rural parts of my county. Um, but you know, I'm 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 happier in the county that I'm in rather than the other county in Missouri because yeah, the world is changing and there's still everybody that lives in my county is still pretty southern. The other county, you know, it seemed like pretty. They had a good leaders and everything, but it's starting to go to the wayside. Um, it makes you start thinking. My wife, obviously, she's ready to move into the city county, and I don't want to move into this. I want to move to even a southern more county. I'm trying to get out of this fucking city bullshit. I don't. I want land. I want you know to. I want to have chickens. I want to be able to do whatever I want on my property, which I can basically do whatever I want on my property right now, but there are still restrictions. You know, I'm pretty sure I gotta. If I wanted to rebuild my deck, I'm gonna need to get me a permit, you know, and whatever. Um, Luckily, I fixed my deck a little bit. It was getting pretty rickety, but I went through and threw a bunch of screws around the thing, and it tightened up quite a bit. The nails they just had worn from the weather, and it was getting there was some boards popping up, and the stairs were a little wonky, but now they're all good. I went through and re-screwed every single thing twice, and now it's pretty fucking solid. I would like to redo the deck though. Going to cost a little bit of money to get that going that I don't have and probably will not have, especially if I have square body on the mind. I ain't gonna have no fucking money for a deck. But you know, as long as it's solid, it's okay. But if my passion was rebuilding the deck, this is what it would be. It would be because right now it's an 8 foot deck. It's 8 foot off the back of the house. It's got stairs come down, and you can put shit underneath the deck, which is kind of convenient. Right now, it's just full of like kid toys and stuff. There's nothing else under there anymore. I got rid of the motorcycle and the four wheeler that I had back there, and the riding lawnmower now lives in the shed, which is nice to have it kind of indoors and out of the weather. And the riding lawnmower needs a lot of fucking work. Not a lot of work, but it needs some fucking work. I need to put new belts on it before I use it this coming season. But I want to cut it down to about not 6 foot, maybe like 5 foot, 4 foot, 5 foot, something like that. So as soon as you open the back door of the house, there's a couple of stairs you got to go down. Not a big deal. 2 or 3 stairs down to a much larger deck. I'd like it to be a little bit larger. And then, you know, then like 4 or 5 stairs down from that down to the ground. Just the way it is right now, when you walk out on the deck, it's like, all right, you gotta plan a trip. You know, it's like a 10-minute drive versus an hour drive. You're like, all right, well, let's actually plan this trip out a little bit before we just, you know, hop in the car and hit the road with the kids and everybody. You know, you got to make sure you got blankets and snacks and you know, maybe a tablet or two charged up. make sure the wife's got her Kindle and everything. Anyways, what I'm trying to get at is instead of just opening the door and walking down the stairs, it's like, all right, kids, hold on. We got to make sure everybody's got shoes on. You got your cup of water. Do I have my phone? Is it charged up? Okay, now let's make our way down to the backyard. It's like you got a plan to go outside. You can't just open the back door and go out and have fun. At least that's the way it seems to me. Maybe I'm being a little bitch about it, but the wife is the same way. She's like, we don't go in the backyard because we got to go down so many stairs, and then if I need to run back inside, it's a big deal. Blah blah blah. So my plan, if I was going to redo the deck, was to make the main portion of the deck much lower. So whenever you step out of the house, you're on the deck. It's big. You can hang out on the deck if you want, which she can just sit there on the deck. And then the kids can go down 3 or 4 stairs by themselves with no worries. If they do fall, they're not falling very far. And then it just will open up the backyard much more. And I kind of have an idea on how to do this, is to just kind of unscrew it from the wall. I don't know, have to have a few buddies with me, I'm guessing. Unscrew it from the wall, grab the chainsaw, chop the fucking uprights, and then everybody lower it down to about 4 foot all together now, and then take the stairs off, cut the stairs in half, put half the stairs up against the house, and then the other stairs are leading to the backyard. And yeah, it'll be much more stable being that low. You could still fit some shit underneath the deck, but I'd really like to block it off, and just have it kind of as a no-go spot with an access panel, obviously. And then yeah, it would I think that would greatly improve our outdoor experiences. Um, and I'd like to redo the patio. Is whoever did it before, they tried to use like planter bags or like bags of potting soil, and they just cut the bag open wide and then laid it down and then put bricks over it. I guess they flattened it out pretty good. Then they put bricks out there. There is one poured section of concrete. The rest of it is just fucking the cheap 1x1 squares, and it looks pretty shitty. Not gonna lie. And there's shit growing up in between everything. I'd like to rip everything out, make it better, and maybe even bring in some real concrete and pour it down, to make it a little bit better, easier to maintain. That would be ideal. And then redo my fire pit. Right now, I just have center blocks that are all broken and charred to fuck around a fire pit. It's still got branches and stuff in there. I got a burn barrel that the bottom is blown out in. So every time I move that around, I'm leaving ash spots in the yard. I don't know. My whole backyard needs a good makeover. I need to borrow a brush hog. Probably just rent one. I don't know. Our company has a couple, but they're like big industrial ones. And if I fuck something up if I fuck up something on any of the brush hogs or whatever, it's going to be a bad day. But I don't want to fuck up shit from our company because they will just deduct that shit from my paycheck. Not cool. But I want to get the hill cleaned up and get the rest of one of the trees chopped down, get the hill cleaned up nice and good, maybe even try to plant some grass or some sort of ground cover, something, and get that hill looking good. It's a lot of unusable space right now. There's thorns, vines, all kinds of shit growing up there. I'd like to get that cleaned up, and then maybe even move the shed. I'd like to get the shed moved. Well, maybe not. Maybe just move it back. Maybe move it a little closer to the fence. Because right now it's a lot of empty space behind the shed. It's just overgrowth. And then I got a trailer that's back there, and I don't know. I do like having a trailer on standby at all times, but so I was like, whose fucking trailer is this? Come fucking get this shit out of my yard. There's no reason I need this fucking trailer at all. I mean, yeah, if I need to move something, but whose trailer is it? It's not mine. It's basically mine, but anytime somebody needs to use it, they're like, "Wait, you got the trailer? The tire's low." It's like, hey, this isn't my shit. Who decided to? Because I borrowed it from my wife's grandma, and she's like, whenever we were helping her move out of her nice big house into her tiny little house in fucking Raytown, tiny house. It's a 2-bedroom, tiny little fucking house. Um, she's like, I don't have room for the trailer, so can you just keep it at your house? I'm like, uh, I guess so. And so I had it at my house for a while, and then she said, hey, my brother needs to borrow the trailer. You need to bring it over here. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. So I bring the trailer over to her house. Her brother gets it hooked up. He's taking some shit down to Florida. They live. He lives down there. I don't know what he does, but he lives down there. And he got hit by a semi. I'm sure he pulled out in front of the wrong fucking trucker and got fucking hit with this trailer. I mean, I guess he got hit pretty hard, but it didn't do much damage to the trailer other than bending the frame. The 2x4s sit in there, and there's room for the 2x4s to expand and everything. Not anymore. It just bent it right in the middle, so it drives crooked as fuck. The back gate does not like to open. The hitch is a little fucked up now. And he brought it back. He's like, yeah, there's no damage to the trailer, just and everything. I'm like, yeah, there is damage to the trailer. Whenever you're driving it and you look out your fucking mirrors, it's fucking hitting the rumble strips while you're fucking on the dotted line on the other side. It's way fucked up. He's like, oh, I didn't know. He's this poor man. He went to prison when he was young, uh, as an assist in a murder or some shit. I don't know. I guess he was a driver. I don't know what the fuck was going on, but he was in prison for a long fucking time, 20 years, and then he got out. He went in when he was 18, and he came out when he was, well, I don't know. He went in when he was really young, and he got out when he was kind of old. So it's kind of weird to see his mindset is as almost as like an 18-year-old. Like he didn't do shit in the prison. Like sometimes people, you're like, oh, I got my degree in prison. No, he didn't do any of that. He didn't. He just fucking, I don't know, got butt fucked the whole time. I'm not sure. He ain't gay. He seems like an all right guy, but he's a little fucked up. And anyways, what I'm trying to say is he ain't the smartest fucking guy. He only had his license for 2 years before he got locked up. And then he gets out, and then he's got his license, and he just ain't got the experience, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. He's cool though. He's cooler than some of the other people in her family. I'm just upset he got fucking hit by a semi and said there's no damage to the trailer when it's clearly bent in half. And then she's still like, I ain't got room for it. You got to keep it at your house. I'm like, can I sell it? Can I sell this trailer? I'd like to just sell the fucking trailer. Why would you sell the trailer? What if I need it? I'm like, what do you mean? What if you need it? You need to have it at your fucking house. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode. I've been talking for a long fucking time. I'm rolling up here in Des Moines now, so you all have a great fucking day, and we will talk to you later. Keep all 18 down, bitches.